Okay. Hello everyone. Just making this for YouTube, and I'm just trying something new here. This is just going to be a RuneScape news video, and I'm just recording this. This is on my Samsung phone, and yeah, I can scroll and stuff here and read through the news. And I seen a lot of other YouTubers and stuff that were doing RuneScape and stuff, content, different sizes of channels, like smaller channels like mine or larger channels. But I noticed they do a lot of like news videos and stuff. And RuneScape has like this, an actual like news. You just go to their website, just type in RuneScape news, and just goes to their website. You can click on different articles and stuff, which are really cool. And that's what like lots of YouTubers and stuff do, for RuneScape and stuff. So thought I would make this news video, just because with RuneScape I'm not always playing RuneScape, um, and I don't always have the requirements to make a video on all the content and stuff. But still wanted to post on YouTube sometimes. So so yeah, making this, and we'll just read through some of the news and stuff here. Um, so yeah, this is combat style refinements and March marketplace drop. Um, Pretty cool. But we got the week ahead. Um, player avatar. They're gonna work on um, player avatar stuff. Haven Height. They're gonna do a preview. So for the Haven Height preview, we'll be looking a little more behind the scenes as to what you can expect in our biggest area expansion yet in our latest dev diary. You can look forward to this towards the end of the week. So, um, oh yeah, also these things, these um, I'll stop scrolling when I'm reading stuff, but these things at the bottom of the screen, those are I can go to the top of the page or the bottom of the page. But if people are wondering what that was, but yeah, um, the player avatar topic will be first look at the task we're faced with when working with player avatar. We're aiming to get this blog out to you towards the end of the week. So player avatar, going to do some more posts this week or end of the week. Haven Height preview. We're gonna have a dev diary and stuff like I just read before at the end of the week. um, this is combat modernization. I did make a video on combat modernization, and that was a really cool video to make. But I haven't played RuneScape since I made that video, and I know there's been lots of updates and stuff to it, so it's really cool that they did some updates and stuff. Just like combat related bugs, and just talked about the J mods and stuff. People can read through these and stuff. Um, and they're working on the aura overhaul design update. So that's pretty cool. And finally, on Friday, we revealed the first remastered content update will be for the dungeoneering skill. So that's pretty cool. The dungeoneering, I think I'm like level 60. I'm like level like 63 or 64 dungeoneering. I think 64 dungeoneering on my account. I don't really train dungeoneering. I think dungeoneering is a fun skill, but dungeoneering is kind of, dungeoneering is a skill that I think it's fun with like a group of people. I know there's like worlds and stuff that just do dungeoneering and stuff, but doing dungeoneering by yourself isn't that fun. I know dungeoneering, as you get to the higher levels and stuff, like once you get to like, 99 and start working towards 120, then you can get like millions of experience an hour. But dungeoneering, I just don't really train dungeoneering, but it is cool that they are going to do like a remaster of all the stuff, and they're going to add. I watched it was a Pro Talks that RuneScape YouTube guy. He yeah, he made a video and stuff about that. And they're going to add necromancy and stuff to dungeoneering, which is pretty cool. And they're going to remaster all the graphics and stuff. So that's really cool, And I think I don't train dungeoneering just because when I play RuneScape, like all my friends and stuff are in different time zones in RuneScape. So I know like when I log in and stuff, different time zones, I'm always kind of like playing by myself. Sometimes a couple of my friends are on, but my clan, the clan that I'm in RuneScape, they're Canadian. I live in Canada, so I'm Canadian too. But the the clan people that play in the clan and stuff, some of them are in different time zones, and they're not always online. So when I do play RuneScape, normally I'm just like playing by myself. I still socialize and stuff, but normally just playing by myself. So dungeoneering for me is not a skill that I train. I mainly got levels in dungeoneering just because of just when they had treasure hunter and stuff, and I was doing quests and you get the free lamps and stuff, or if I ever bought treasure hunter keys and stuff, if I had extra lamps and stuff, or you know, I never put bonus experience into dungeoneering, but if I had lamps and stuff, I would put it into like just dungeoneering and stuff, and um, I don't have sorry for my cough here, but yeah, I don't have like engineering. I never was like I don't have a lot of tokens or anything, but um, it's engineering. It's cool that they're gonna remaster it and stuff, but the remaster is really cool. But I'm not gonna go and train engineering right now, but it is pretty cool. They're adding necromancy and stuff to it. That's really kind of cool and stuff. But yeah, like I was saying, necromancy is not necro. I mean, it's cool they're adding necromancy, and then I think dungeoneering is fun. Like a group of people doing dungeoneering is definitely fun, but just by yourself is kind of by like soloing it is not that interesting. Um, so yeah, this is the combat style modernization follow up. And yeah, lot of a lot of changes and stuff here. Um, you know, to oh yeah, these are boss kills by style: necromancy, magic, melee, ranged. So they've seen increases in people using different styles and stuff for bosses. That's really cool. I mean, I liked all the combat styles in RuneScape even before. Yeah, I liked all the combat styles. Even before like the combat modernization, I liked all the styles and stuff. But it's cool to see different players with these different percentages and stuff. That's um, that's pretty cool. And then there's this equilibrium invention perk, and people can read through this text and stuff. But so yeah, the new components, the ecliptic components. I did watch a Pro Talks video on this today, and yeah, it requires 92 invention. I only have 43 invention. I don't have the requirements for this, but you have to disassemble like really expensive items to get this, and yeah, it's pretty crazy. And then you can get the new components, and I think, does it say? I think there's like a new. Oh yeah, the equilibrium. It's a new perk. So ability damage is increased by 10%, plus an additional 1% per rank, but prevents critical striking. Cannot critically strike for 30 seconds after unequipping this perk. So they kind of balance it and stuff. But 11% at rank 1 and 40% at rank 4. So pretty cool, but that's very expensive. But it is cool they added more to invention. Some more range changes, which is really nice. And then there's melee. So melee. So yeah, they just did some. We're happy with how much you've enjoyed melee this week. With this in mind, we've noticed that melee has been overperforming in fully AFK Revolution bars and in the top end of PVM in comparison to other styles. We made a few small targeted changes to bring it more in line with the other styles while keeping the gameplay identical. We'll continue to monitor for any necessary changes. So yeah, they just kind of changed. Yeah, they just like lowered some of the stuff. So They changed some of the stuff. Um, I've seen a lot of other combat modernization videos, and even with the betas and stuff, I noticed that melee was like, if you have a lot of adrenaline and like high level of melee and stuff, like all the maxed out, gear and levels and everything, melee could be like really overpowering. Um, so it's good that they kind of nerfed some of it, and then it's more balanced. Because there was like one video I seen, and this guy was in the beta, and I he was in the beta and he was playing, and then he had he had like a hybrid setup, like he was like a hybrid switch setup, not like a hybrid gear but hybrid switch, and like yeah, he was going to these different bosses and stuff, and yeah, it was like he was at Solak and stuff, and he was at some of like the really harder, more high level bosses, and he was just doing like, well, he just would like he'd get like full adrenaline stuff from like a dummy and stuff if he could bring one to the area, and then from there, I haven't seen that like in the full game, the official release, but like in the beta, this guy was doing like hundreds of thousands of, like, I think he did like 300,000 melee damage in like 10 seconds, and then he would switch to like ranged or magic from there, and then do more damage and like kind of finish off the boss. So that was pretty crazy. I didn't notice that kind of stuff on the official release. Mind you, I didn't have the levels of the gear for all that stuff, but this is good that it's kind of more balanced and stuff, I think, with the melee changes. And then so yeah, there's magic, um, and yeah, magic, just some changes and stuff. Yeah, the fractured staff of Armadil, that's been out for quite a while. That's a really powerful magic weapon, so it's kind of cool that with the special attack and the passive, they've kind of nerfed some of those. That's pretty cool. And then just some other changes and stuff. And the rune consumption rate has been changed from 20% to 15%, so that's really cool. I know they, before, when I was scrolling, they changed some of the ammo stuff with ranged. That's pretty cool. And some other additional changes with this stuff. So pretty pretty cool. They just adjusted some of the Sanctum of Rebirth, and that's that's good. They changed some of that stuff. And the weapon drop table, this has been changed for a lot of stuff. And then just some bug fixes. So pretty cool, I think. And then future changes. So that is pretty nice. And that's just some necromancy stuff and range stuff. Yeah, it's really cool that like RuneScape has like this. RuneScape has like this actual, like, they just have like a whole news site. This is really really cool. They have like a whole news site, and I think that's really kind of it. These are just some more character model updates. Those look kind of cool. And okay, some titles and some stuff. Free to play prices, members prices. Yeah, members price, free to play prices. Okay, so I'm not gonna read through like all of these. So then there's just some hot fixes. And if people can always go to the, if people want to read more into some of these news articles or other articles, people can always go to the RuneScape. People can go to the RuneScape website, um, on their own, and they can read through different stuff. But yeah, just some fixes and stuff. So these are the community creations. Oh, these are kind of cool. So they show off like artwork and stuff. There's Ian Araxor. He's got some pretty cool RuneScape content. Scaper's screenshot. That's really cool. And what are these ones? Oh, Pink Skirts, player events, RuneScape. Oh yeah, the Discord recruitment drive. So yeah, that's just back to some other news and stuff. So yeah, I just wanted to make this news video, because I want to upload to my YouTube channel once in a while, and I just wanted to make this RuneScape news video. So if I'm not playing RuneScape, I can still upload some RuneScape news videos and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, it's fun to make this video. So yeah, that'll be it for this video, guys. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.